Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the Tier 7 US Battleship the Colorado. The game is on the map North, and because I played at night, the match is pretty small. The topic of this video is how to survive the Colorado while keeping your sanity intact. There are a number of steps you should take. Step number 1. Get another game to play while you're playing World of Warships. For me, it's going to be Kantai Collection. And because I'm doing a screen recording, you will see me alt-tabbing into that game quite a lot. That's essentially how I play this ship, because it's so slow and I get so bored when I play it. And step number 2, obviously, is to get a division that will carry you to victory. In my case, I asked a friendly carrier player, Sharana, that's one of the best carrier players in Europe, to division. And we found another Ibuki in a match that's friendly with us, who wanted to tag along. So that's our division. And with these 2 steps, you should be winning quite a lot, and the Colorado grind should be a breeze. But now I'll be frank here. The first part is actually true. I do play Kantai Collection a lot when I play this game. Or do something else, because seriously, US battleships, the earlier ones, are way too slow. But the second part, this might be the first time that I'm divisioned with Sharana when he's using his carrier. I almost never actually division with other carrier players who are excellent at carriers, that is. But you know, it makes for a better video. I want to see all the complaints that are going to spring up everywhere about this. But yeah, I start out by going to the middle with my Colorado because I'm very slow and they have lots of cruisers, so I'd like to be in weapons range. And I notice a Zao, which is tier 10. Also, something I thought about after this game was maybe the reason why the Colorado seems so weak is that it has higher caliber guns than other ships. That is, than the previous tier ships. And when you're at tier 7, you can meet lower tiered enemies, which means that your guns might over-penetrate a lot more than previous guns. But in a game like this, I over-penetrated a lot less because enemies were higher tiered mostly. The non-battleship enemies, that is. And that might actually... the logic makes sense. So maybe the Colorado should be divisioned up with higher tier allies to get into higher tier games. Since the Zao managed to get behind the island, I'll start shooting at the Nagato instead. Although one of the cruisers would be a good target too. I notice I'm a bit out of position. I should pull back or hide behind an island because nobody else is around. I mean, they are around, but they aren't prime targets to shoulder some of the damage, and I'd like to not die. On top of that, I'm a bit annoyed that my Soryu got lightly damaged, and will probably take medium damage in a moment if I took her along to a next match. This Colorado is a bit annoying because of the way he's angled, but he's coming closer. And since one of my cruisers is coming this way, we might actually be able to pick him off. Especially if I keep doing damage like that with just 2 guns. That's 1/3 of his HP. The cruisers are a bit annoying though. Especially the Cleveland. The Pepsi-Cola isn't such a big deal, I think. But I think killing the Colorado would be a better thing, because the chance of me actually citadeling the Cleveland's like tiny. Because the Cleveland has the smallest citadel area. The second one with another small area is the Nagato. Also, to be frank, I'm not exactly worried about us really losing the game, but, well, the more damage I do, the more experience I get. I guess I have to switch my Sori out for somebody. I should take another carrier along, I think, or a battleship. Well, here needs some leveling, so I'll just take her along. And I'll do some of my quests, so I'll go to 2-2 or 2-3. Morale is a bit problematic, but oh well. Well, I guess now it's time to try to take a shot at the Pepsi Cola, because nothing else is really a good target right now. Although even though the Pepsi is turning, that other cruiser that's coming out from behind the island might be a good target in a bit as well. Oh, it's the Zao again. Killing a Zao would be amazing. That would give a ton of experience. Although a Zao might destroy me. The caliber of the guns is... I took 12,000 damage from the Zao in one volley. And I think that was actually AP. That's pretty ridiculous. But I mean, it's a tier 10 cruiser. You should expect that against the tier 7 battleship. And I took another 12k or so. But then again, I retaliated with quite a lot of damage in turn, so... a tier 7 battleship for a tier 10 cruiser would be a good trade, I think. The torpedoes are coming, but they aren't going to hit. Since the Colorado is almost standing still, good idea to take a shot at him. He seemed to be starting to go forward a little, so I tried to lead a little, but I guess I led a bit too much. Actually, this isn't a very good game for our carrier either, because of all these cruisers, and it's a small match, which means that most enemies are going to be covered by those cruisers. That is, most battleships. And if they don't use their ability all at once, then that means they can get up to like 80 seconds of panic ability. Now that I'm in like actual combat most of the time, the game is a lot less boring, but often it doesn't happen. Often I can spend like the first 8 minutes just sailing in a straight line to try to get into combat. This is why having a second game is really good. Especially KanColle, since it's about ships as well. I'd like to shoot all my guns at once, and I did. Nice hit. I wasn't expecting a citadel on that hit. But I guess the range was pretty good for citadels. I'd like here to get to 25 so I can Kai her and Shokaku to 30. Cleveland with 57 HP. Somebody has to finish him off. I hope it's going to be the Ibuki, since Ibuki has lots of range and is pretty accurate. I'm surprised that I got another citadel here, but I'll take it. One thing you have to pay attention to when you're playing KanColle like this is if one of your ships takes lots of damage, you might not know about it. Hasn't happened to me, but I thought about it. And the Zao is coming back, so time to try to hit the Zao again. I think he's gonna turn. He looks like he's turning towards me. But maybe he's trying to do like a trick maneuver, so I still fire forwards. I might actually die in like 1 or 2 volleys to him. And he still didn't die. That's terrible. 325 damage. That's amazing. Also, our carrier finished the Zao off, which is great because I think he might have killed me, as my guns weren't reloaded and he was in a pretty poor position. I got high caliber. This should be the first high caliber of the entire match in a Colorado, while playing another game with a tier 10 carrier in the match. Okay then. I don't like hitting these cruisers from long range, especially attackers. They seem so low. Shooting over them seems so easy. Seems my Shokaku took quite a bit of damage. That's unfortunate. Oh, and our carrier got high caliber now. So I guess this means carriers are overpowered and battleships need buffs. Wait, no. I got it first, no? And one more enemy left. And he's in a pretty poor position for me to shoot because he's behind that island. I mean, I might be able to hit from here if I could fire at that moment as I started saying it. But right now he'll probably be behind the island. I'll use the bucket on the Shokaku because I want to level her up a little. And now that my guns are reloaded, the Colorado's behind the island. But the game ended due to the Ibuki, I think. Time to heal the Hie as well. 6600 experience in Colorado. And a high caliber. And 2200 score, while the carrier got 2300 in a Colorado against the carrier. And 111k damage. I mean, think about it. This game was like excellent for me, especially given the circumstances, and I even got close to the carrier score. So, essentially, this is the way I play these lower tier US battleships that are really slow. I need something else to occupy the game. There just isn't enough to do most of the time. But yeah, the game itself was pretty good too. And sorry for everyone who doesn't like Kantai Collection. But anyways, if you liked the video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.